Sound is a massive part of film. Every bit of sound is used in film. It all comes together to make the film. What it is, you can normally tell what genre the film is by hearing some of the film's sounds. Using Foley sound and sound effects, ambient sound, dialogue and non-diegetic and diegetic sound, this will tie the whole film together. There is a lot of sound in television, from dialogue to interviews to music videos, from live events. They don't use many sound effects in television because you wouldn't have sound effects on something like the news. Music, like a jingle, is often used for an opening, theme, or title sequence, like the BBC News' title sequence. Web and handheld devices. The web and handheld devices go hand in hand, because they both have things like apps and notifications. These have pops and clicks and jingles to give the whole package sound and visuals. Animation. It depends on what animation you make, but most animations have a lot of sound. Things like stop frame animation will sometimes use dialogue, most of the time. This is replaced by noises. In Shaun of the Sheep, the dialogue was sheep noises. CGI animation will use the most sound because people make full films out of CGI. A lot of films will be shot with Foley sound and ADR because you're not using a live set. Studio and location. Recording sound on location can sometimes be hard because of excess noise like wind, people, and planes. You can use Foley sound and ADR. These can make your film sound really good. Filming in the studio can also be hard because there are a lot of people doing a lot of jobs and you have to get the certain sounds in a small take. An interview is a question and answer session, and it's used to get information about the topic, whether it be a band interview or one about a film or a news story. You can use interviews to break up promotional videos or in documentaries or in news reports. This gives you a quick insight into what's going on. You may get interviews from celebrities or passers-by to get their opinions. Voiceover. This is somebody talking over the scene to tell a backstory or to narrate what is going on. This would usually start at the beginning of a film and have bits of narration going throughout. In The Shawshank Redemption, Morgan Freeman narrates what's happening. This could show that he was destined to meet the main character, because he's also in the film, and this narrates about the character's life. Creating drama in a scene is much easier when using sound. Using loud and fast sounds to simulate something like a car crash can cause drama. You can do this without visuals and have the same effect. Using things like sound effects, you can speed up or slow down the pace of a scene, and you can add drama. Dialogue. This is a conversation to be in a production. This could be what people say. This is used in almost every film production. Some films use the lack of dialogue to enhance the tension or drama. Ambient sound. This is background noise. This is sometimes used to set the scene. Ambient sound is very quiet and is usually a soundscape of a city or a jungle or wherever your production is set. It's usually made up of birds singing, people talking, or cars going past. The use of music in a film can change the whole scene around. It can add pace or slow things down, and it can put a lot of emotion into the scene. In the film The Boat That Rocked, the boat is sinking and a boy goes to save his dad. The song in the background is called Father and Son by Cat Stevens. This song slows the scene down, even though it's a distressing scene. Quentin Tarantino said before he starts filming for a film, he goes through his record collection to find the theme of the film. A lot of films just don't use one song. They have a whole soundtrack, and this could create a whole theme for the film. The use of sound effects can enhance the viewing experience. Anything that makes sound, that isn't music or dialogue, can be used to make sound effects. If sound effects can't be made on set, they are done in post-production. These are called Foley sounds. An artist uses everyday things to make the sound. Hitting or dropping a watermelon can emulate the sound of being punched. Use of presence. This is sometimes confused with ambient sound, but this is recorded silence on location. Nothing is said in this recording. This is used to make a fluid section of sound in between dialogue. Using this will stop the soundtrack going dead. The audience could think this is a production with a bad sound system. The audience could think this is a problem with the sound system. Diegetic sound. This is the sound that the film characters can hear. Sound originally from the character's world. This could be a radio to a band playing. This can and will affect the characters. This could be dialogue, sound effects, or ambient sounds. Diegetic and non-diegetic sounds cross over, so one can become the other. Filmmakers make the use of diegetic and non-diegetic sounds so they can draw us in and show some emotion. Non-diegetic sound. This is sound that the characters cannot hear, like theme music. This can add effect to the audience because we can tell when danger is happening or something amazing is about to happen. The Imperial March from Star Wars signifies the danger is coming from Darth Vader. The characters cannot hear this. This could also be a voiceover. External diegetic sound. This can be heard by the audience and the characters. This is the sound that is edited in post. Post-production, like Foley sounds, if they need to enhance the sound of punching or swords clanging together, they will use external diegetic sound. Using sound to create a mood for a scene can be quite easy by putting a happy song and happy sounds over the scene. Or it can be quite hard because there could be multiple things going on. The mood might change in an instant. Using contrapuntal sound, it can confuse the mood of the scene. In Reservoir Dogs, he is playing a happy dancing tune while he was cutting someone's ear off gruesomely. Meaning. In film, there are a lot of ways you can make meaning by using a certain prop or costume. And in sound, you can create meaning by using a song. From the TV series Fargo, whenever they would talk about the murder or the weapon, or when the main character got scared. When the main character got scared, you would hear a faint washing machine sound, because that was where he hid the murder weapon. Illusion. Using contrapuntal sound is one way to create a new illusion in sound, because this is using sound that wouldn't normally go with an action, like a song about love playing in a battle scene. You could also use sounds that don't fit, like big footstep sounds, only to find it's a cat. They use this a lot in horror films.